Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I'm your host, JR. Today we got Jose, Dallin, and John. What's up, guys?
Yo.
Hello there.
So, this past weekend, we went to Bakersfield for the Ottos Legion Tournament. And today we're going to talk about that, our experiences, how it went. We always love going to the Bakersfield boys. It's always a blast, always a good time. But before we get into that, um, September 7th, which I believe is a Saturday, correct me if I'm wrong, is
Sunday.
the it's a Sunday? Okay. So September 7th, the Sunday, is the next Legion Labs tournament here in I guess technically it's Clovis, California. So any surrounding cities and locals, if you guys want to get some game in, if you're going to LVO, this is a good chance to get some practice in right before we head there. And that would be awesome to see you guys there. So get that out of the way. But let's get into it. Did you guys have a good time at Otto's?
Yeah.
I
It's
was, and
it's
then I played you.
yeah, we'll get into this. So how we're
Just
gonna do
kidding.
this, boys, is we'll go down. You guys will talk about your games, your experience, your opponents, and then yeah, give it. I don't know. I don't know if we should give this a grade. I don't feel like we should grade other people's tournaments.
No.
But yeah. So Jose, let's start off with you, my man. What did you take, and how did your games go?
So I'm still hammering out my LVO list for Invasion Force. Made some modifications, picked up an act, dropped some stuff, transitioned to rad cannons. So what I ended up taking was two T-Series tactical droids with inspiring presence and recon intel, six rad cannon B1 super squads, two regular B1s with the E5S, the little mini sniper, and one AAC battle tank with armor piercing shells, high velocity shells, and linked targeting array. And my command cards were mechanized incursion, AI coordination, push, unrelenting assault, Roger Roger, unstoppable advance, and then my battle deck was close the pocket, recover the research, intercept signals, secondaries, recon, sweep and clear, bring them to heal, advantages, advanced intel, cunning, deployment, ordnance.
Nice.
Got my first win finally with Invasion Force. That felt good. Switching to two T series instead of a tank in the T series was because I had the T series in the tank.
Right.
But you don't get the benefit of what is it? The commander rule that's on the tank.
Yeah, like the field commander.
Phil, yeah, you don't get to use
Yeah.
Phil Commander, and I'm like, what's the point of having that guy in there then?
It's just to get rid of AI, pretty much. That's all it's really there
But AI
for.
doesn't, AI almost doesn't exist though in this game.
I
Almost.
well, yeah, and honestly, it's okay for the AAT to be firing off at AI anyways, because of a barrage. You get to attack twice, so it's like it's a mute point at this point.
Yeah. Um. So the list is better. I love the fact that rad cannons, it's like, here's a wound. It doesn't matter how much you save, they're going to take another wound. And it helped me in a lot of situations where I was able to tear down supercells
Mhm.
that ran into my B1s. And it's like, okay, cool. You knocked out, eight B1s. Here's, a bucket full of dice still. And for your trouble, you get a rad cannon poison token. So there you go.
I would wish they would make the rad cannon be able to use the melee, because like every other person's special weapon is being used in melee. Why can't B1s be used in melee?
Bro,
That's
you know
that's
how
dumb.
crazy that would be
Well,
just
because
bubble wrapping everybody with 14
Yes, I
B1s?
would purposely bubble wrap you with my B1s and then just start shooting you in the side.
That's
Like that would be
crazy.
good.
no,
That
no, because the B2s is our melee unit. So like, I don't know. It's not like the stormtroopers have a melee weapon, or the rebels, or rebel troopers. I know fleets do, but the fleets is the melee unit. So
Sure, Dallin, you make a good point, but
he just
I just
wants
want everything,
OPCIS
okay?
units. He
I
wants to
know.
bubble wrap you with 14 minis and
Hey
poison you
man,
every time.
I just wish the rat cannon threw six red dice. Come on.
Which
He
Oh,
does
that's
too.
that's too much at that point.
which Jose, did you run into the problem that I run into whenever I take rad cannons? Is like I get that shot off, I get them a poison, and they're like one away from activating and dying. But then I find myself being like, yeah, but then I could just shoot them again and guarantee they kill and don't get to activate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you gotta remember, I am notoriously known for leaving one mini alive all
Mm,
the time. So regardless of when that unit goes, like I finally get to kill the one mini that always plagues me. My problem I'm noticing with the rad cannon is one, for sweeping clear, the poison kills them, not me, so I don't get the point for sweeping clear.
Well,
Yeah.
are you no? That's an
Positive,
enemy.
it's already.
It's already
Yeah,
ruled
because
that way.
it's yeah, because
Yep.
the enemy
Deoxys
Yeah,
has to
see,
make an
mine,
that
attack.
Voss
screwed me
mine,
out of winning a game.
anything. So anything,
That's an
anything
enemy
outside
effect,
of
though.
no. Anything. So here's the thing.
It has to be an attack.
Anything,
An attack, yeah.
anything,
Oh,
anything that does not come off of an attack, like I am attacking you,
okay, yeah, that makes
doesn't
sense.
doesn't
That
give you the
makes sense.
point. So
Because force
It's
choke
boss,
it's
what
the
doesn't
same
boss,
work
with
either.
force choke.
yeah,
Yeah,
force
yeah, yeah.
choke, boss bomb, Sabine's bomb, Deoxys mine, the saboteurs, Cad's mine, nothing that does it out of
Overrun.
sequence.
Overrun don't count
Yeah,
either.
because it's not an attack. At least, oh, maybe
Right.
no, that would
It's
make sense.
not.
That
It's
doesn't
not.
work.
It's not
It's
an
not an
attack.
attack.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so when I get sweeping clear, I'm like, oh, I really have to kill this thing now. Um, but for me, it's like a timing thing because like
Do you have
you
sweep and clear in
want,
your deck?
yeah,
Take it out. Take it out right now. That's the next step in improving your list. Take out sweep and clear just because of
No,
that
no,
reason.
no, no, no.
He needs
Jose
to.
wins sweeping clear.
I don't
Um,
mind sweeping clear.
no, because of the poison counter thing. Like your list is designed to leave someone on one more hit with the poison counter, so you don't have to deal with that, and you avert your attention elsewhere.
I feel like that's just the poison is sprinkles. I don't think it's like you are always
Yeah,
just okay, I'm gonna
so
leave this guy on at all times, or
That's
you're
what I
fishing
would
for that.
do. I would just
no,
divert. I don't need to worry about you no
yeah.
more.
No, so to me, what was scoring me my sweep and clear was my AAT doing crits and seven dice and them being not able to roll out of it. Like it was easy at that point. Um the poison is like I said, the poison is literally just to have as like Jalen says, like I get that little sprinkle effect if I need it.
Yeah, it's the
Like I
same
said,
with. Go ahead.
no, it's just the annoying part is like the sequencing once again because it's like, okay, cool. I need to go first and shoot into something so when it activates, it dies. The problem I was having in this tournament was I would give something a poison and then it would be the only thing in range for me to shoot. So I want to get the poison on it, but next activation it's gonna get to go and not lose that many. So that was the only weird part about it. I do like the red. I do like the range too. Man, the for sure wound is good because more times than not I'm getting the wound in. I don't know. I like having the E5C as well.
Really?
Yeah, it's just there were
Yeah,
times I rolled and I missed both reds.
sure. But I mean, you miss more black, right? And on top of that, you're doing a wound for free most of the time. So
Yeah,
it's just an added wound. You're essentially throwing what? That's 14 whites and then did two red. So that's six. What did
no,
I
it's
say? 14.
13 white, 2 red.
So 15 dice plus a wound. Not a lot of units get that, a guaranteed wound.
Yeah,
Now,
Yeah,
the caveat is you have to wound them, right? But it's pretty reliable on two reds.
no, it's
yeah,
very reliable. I was poisoning everything more than like I was stacking poison at some point. It's like here's three on your sleeper cell. Cool, you're gonna hit me with six dice, but they're dead next round.
Yeah.
Um, the part I need to focus on was I got the two tier series, and I'm like wasting the bolster. I should be bolstering because I was surging a lot,
Yes.
but I was like, oh, if I get the aim here, then I can. It's the surges. I need
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
surges,
You
so I
should.
gotta
put
work
them
that up.
somewhere. Put them
Yeah.
somewhere where they can just stand there and aim and bolster just every turn.
Yep. I agree with 100%.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's just learning. So,
B1s are
um,
guaranteed to get one crit. and one surge when they roll their dice.
Unless they're mine, and then they roll four. Great.
Yeah, we'll get into that. The godlike V1s. God dang. But
So
yeah, so
that was it. That was the list. So getting into my games real quick. I went 1-1-1 because I got a draw.
mm,
We weren't able to get all 10 people there. And I drew this round two draw because I got annihilated in round one. Because you know my list, you don't want to see very few things that bother you. Except round one when you I had to face three ATRT flamethrowers.
that's wild. I was
Bro.
first round flamethrowers in the ATRTs. Pretty
And
brutal.
my freaking AAT is like, I can only wound and damage one thing at a time. Like it was Jack, dude.
Yeah.
But they scouted up, they got where they like he like so I was playing Zach and we you know, Zach is a very cool dude. We've gone back and forth. I think at the first Vet Fest Zach went to, he had Rebels and Tauntauns, and I bullied him with Dooku and B1s and B or no Dooku Staps and B2s. Um, then we did an autos event where then I bullied him with clones. I used my HRT to climb onto like some terrain and then just started mowing everything down. That's when Cody first dropped.
Mm.
But lately, Zach has been just destroying me. So I'm paying for the sins of the past pretty much. So what Zach brought was the Rebel Alliance, 14 activations. He had Lando, S tier Lando. Remember that, people. Lando's S tier.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
with improvised
That's correct.
orders. He had Rebel troopers, four of them with the shotgun. He had one super squad, veterans with the heavy weapon and Overwatch. He had a Mark II with Duggan. He had a group of Ewok slingers, two naked sleeper cells, and he had is that this list? Oh yeah, he had a three ATRTs flamethrower, and he had a AA5 speeder truck with door gunners, unorthodox technician, and the quad laser.
I feel like that list, and I think it was, I think we talked about it, me and Zach. That list was built for my Geonosians.
That list is
I was gonna say, yeah, doesn't it seem like it was like the guy that beat you at LVO, like that was almost similar?
Well, particularly the ATRT with the flamethrowers, right? There's three of them. And then
Yeah.
with the AA5s having door gunners on it, that's potentially a lot more wounds you could do to bugs that, you know.
so the door gunners. This was my first time getting hit by door gunners, and he was getting like one wound, or not even like one hit. But then again, the AA5 doesn't surge.
Mm.
He was making the case that if you put on something that surges, it's better, which I believe it.
Well, yeah, anything that surges is better, right?
But like for that, I mean, I don't know. Into white saves, yeah, but like I don't know. I wasn't seeing the volume
What
out
was
of it
he
that I
what
thought.
was he setting it up where you can shoot like both times with it at the same
Uh,
unit?
what do you mean?
Because if you get a unit down the line, you can shoot your main gun at it, and then you can also shoot the door gunner at it.
Well, it doesn't matter because the AA5's gun is on a swivel, so he could always shoot at the same target.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. A lot of it was shooting one gun, then setting then I guess repositioning and then firing the other gun.
Mhm.
So maybe not getting max value out of it that way. But like I said, it was my first time. I was curious to see what Door Gunner did, and it I don't know, to me it didn't seem worth it almost.
Mhm.
Um but so we ended up playing uh it was sorry, I'm tripping here.
I know I forgot to take pictures at the tournament because I was just
Oh
so
yeah,
invested.
go to the Bakersfield Discord if you know any of them or get in there. It's an awesome time. And then go into the California Legion our Discord and you can see the pictures there as well. I got a lot of props for the cinematic photos I got. It was hilarious. But I guess when you suck and you got to buy, you're just Peter Parker at that point.
Right?
Um So, anyways, I got ordnance and he got cunning, and I got so the way we set up was it was recover and sweep, and I just got demolished. Didn't matter where I was at, didn't matter what I was doing. He put sleeper cells on the right, sleeper cells on the left. One of the critical errors I made was I did not pay attention. Tell you right now, pay attention to people's lists because I'm used to playing Gar, so I don't really care what you bring. As messed up as that sounds, I feel like a lot of Gar players like seem like that. Because
Yeah,
all the
John.
good things they got, all
Oh,
the good
what?
things they got.
I
Um,
was very worried about
but
JR's list.
but but I didn't pay attention that he had a big squad, and that thing tore me apart. I had no shot. Like I had a situation where I'm trying to score some points, and my options are there's an Ewok with the Ewok with a standby, and then there's the big rebel squad with a standby. I put a B1 sniper to peel the standby off the Ewoks, and I had a small group of B1s that were also in that vicinity, and I'm like, dang, if I walk out there, he's probably gonna one shot me, but I need that point. Maybe I can avoid it. And I avoided it, and he ended up running down that unit and blowing it up anyway. So hindsight, I should have tripped the standby, and if even if I had one guy survive, I could have jumped onto the point to score.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
leaving points on the table for a situation that was bound to happen anyways. Um, as he ran the ATRTs down my throat, the AATs just firing for its life. I'm using standbys for my cards. I'm reloading. I'm everything. These things like by the time the game was over, he had still two healthy ATRTs on one wound. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, God, like there was not like even when I got the crit in from critical, like he just saved it. And that sucks, dude. I He threw what is it? It's two dice on the flamethrower. So 28
Too black.
dice.
I think it's too black.
Yeah, 28 black dice. And I wasn't saving anything. Like, no, not on 28 dice, you figure I would save one thing.
Hmm.
I'm dead, but just to see it, nothing. I shoot him with 7 dice, and he's like, "Burp." Oh, I save five. We're both using like white saves. I don't get this. And they weren't even like surging saves. It was just saves. I'm like, this is dumb. So that game got tilted very fast just for the fact that I couldn't corral the ATRTs fast enough. I couldn't, by the time I got the sleepers down, I was already losing the scoring battle. Placed my ordnance token where I thought he was gonna go, and he just sidestepped everything. He just shifted over,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, damn it, maybe I should have put in the middle and cut that lane off. Either way, he ended up kicking my butt 5-14. Yeah, I
Oh,
Damn.
got del
jeez.
I
Yeah,
got
because
Oof.
it's also a perfect like list against yours because the poisons don't do nothing if you damage the A5 and the ATRT. Like it just takes it, you know?
I was getting buckets of dice thrown at me. It was crazy. Um, so then I got the bye, and then my final opponent was against good old JB Delbeck. He's a listener of the podcast. He
What's up,
actually traveled
JB?
out. He actually traveled out to a couple of our events in Fresno. He likes hanging out with us. It was really cool the first time we met him. He's like, "Hey, I watched your guys' podcast. I wanted to come hang out with you guys." And us, we're like, "Hell yeah, let's go." And so we play, and he's running Shadow Collective. He's a big Shadow Collective guy. So his
Which
list,
JB, I hope you go to the tournament, the Legion Last tournament on September 7th, I believe I said earlier in this podcast, because I'm taking Shadow Collective. So
there you
you're gonna
go.
see some Shadow Collective I'm gonna play. I found a list that I feel like I want to run. That's gonna be fun. So
It's Maul and nothing but Black Suns.
I was going to say, is it the return of Maul?
I mean, I'm playing Shadow Collective. Of course, I'll play them all, right?
Yeah,
That's
you
a
Go
haven't played
no-brainer
You
Maul
here.
in
figure.
a
could play
while.
Gar. You could play Gar Saxon.
Gar Saxon's
Nobody likes
garbage.
Gar Saxon.
Stop. He's
Garbage.
not garbage.
So this is okay.
All right.
I'll tell you
So,
what. He's probably in the same boat as Lando.
an S
Oh,
tier?
so he's
That is
S
Really?
rank.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Wow, I didn't know
So
Gar was S rank. Jeez, we should revisit that.
so this list was crazy. I've never seen I've never seen Shadow Collective with this many activations.
How many?
So the title of his
Oh
list is
yeah.
called Bus Bikes, Bosk and Pikes.
Oh, I like it. I'll dig it.
How many if you're not looking at it, how many activations would you think this?
I just looked.
I know the answer to the question,
Yeah, I
so
just
I
looked
can't
right
answer
now
it.
while you were talking.
John,
No, I have no idea.
take a
You
guess.
gotta take
It's
a guess.
Shadow Collective. The title is Bus, Bikes, Bosk, and Pikes.
12?
Ooh,
14.
14. Yeah,
Oh,
off by two.
yeah.
Yeah. That is
Wild.
amazing. Yeah, that is wild that he has 14 activations. Like that's pretty impressive. I
I
like
like the list. The
I
list is
do.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
So he had taken merciless munitions, ploy, reptilian rampage, aggression, line and wait, discretion, and standing orders. He had uh, three Pike Syndicate capos, one with environmental gear, naked boss, so boss just streaking around the battlefield. He had six Pike Syndicate foot soldiers with the Disruptor soldier and the Syndicate foot soldier.
Mhm.
Three swoop bikes with strike and fade,
And spotter uplink.
and spotter uplink. I got hit with that. He stacked it. I had no
Did he?
cover.
Hey, there you
Yeah, I was
go. There
like,
you go.
it's like,
It makes sense with the pikes, right? Because they can shoot at range 4 with the disruptor soldier.
yeah, no, it was great. Like I caught me off guard. Once again, people read the lists. I didn't think that we're on there because he plays bikes regularly, and then I forget that these new upgrades are there. So he's like, "I'm like, all right, cool. So I have cover too." He's like, "No." He's like, "You have no cover." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "There's two bikes right there, and they each have spotter uplink." I'm like, "Oh, so no cover,
Yep.
great."
Yeah,
Um,
great.
and then he had the AA5 speeder truck heavy laser retrofit. Um,
Yeah.
he took cunning, advanced intel, ordnance, close the pocket, intercept, shifting, surface scan, recon mission, and destroy enemy base. So this game, every time I play JB, it's fun. But we once again read your cards. We made a critical error. So we ended up getting surface scan and no, we got recon and close the pocket. So recon, uh, you get one unit with the recon scanner. We got it mixed up with surface scan, so we had two tokens on the field,
Mm.
and he ended up placing a token on Bosk and the token on Capo, which I thought was weird. I didn't think nothing of it. And I'm like, okay, so we get two tokens, so I put a token on 2B1 rad cannons because they're running in regardless.
So you both didn't read
Uh,
the card.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We both didn't read it. No, so here's the thing. I knew that you get like a token, and this is even when I played at Vet Fest, I didn't even know you got what's the tokens you get from it? You get the aim, the half aim, what is it?
Observation.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know you got observation tokens until Lil Michael told me. So yeah, I'm locked in like cool. Observation tokens, I got it. He put two, I'm putting two, we're good. And then like I went up and I got the point for the scanner, and he was like, "Wait, what do what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're playing recon." He's like, "I thought we were playing surface." I'm like, "No, it's recon."
Mhm.
So it was like a big old thing where it's like, "Damn it." And he's like, "If I would have known that, I wouldn't have put the token where I did." Cuz I was wondering why he put it on his capo and boss. I'm like, you don't want them like running up."
Yeah.
And so he got down a point from that, and we carried on. We readjusted the game and we carried on. Um, I ended up playing. Damn, I played three games or two games of close. So the way we set it up is I because he's at 14 acts, I get two passes, which is crazy to me. So I was like, okay, one of the things that I wanted to do with this list that JR, helping me out with how we're playing it is you got to separate because most people don't want to separate and you have enough units where you can separate.
Right.
So I started separating everything until I got him to see where Bosk went. And then when he dropped his AA5, I immediately put my freaking AAT on that side. So I'm like, I'm gonna two shot this thing. It's you know. Um, the game carries on, and we're basically fighting over the left and right point because the middle is always tied up, which was hilarious. The middle never got broke free because I have too many things for him to kill, and my shots don't do enough damage to kill his stuff back.
Right.
So we ended up deadlocked in the middle until finally I was able to secure my left side and start pushing everything towards the middle. By the time when I started being able to shift everything towards the middle, um, I was not close enough to get into scoring. But what I was close enough to do was to pick off these pikes and leave one model alive on one wound. So whenever they activated, they just died.
Yeah.
It was enough to keep the middle point locked up.
Mm.
So I knock out his AA5, he knocks out my AAT. He was really cool. Whenever I did get the recon off, he would move the unit away from whatever can shoot it, which is dope. And it was mostly the bike, so they had that way to get away from it. So I never got to really use those recon tokens or
Yeah, it's
the
a tricky one.
observation
I
tokens.
hate that because it's like you're forced to get closer to the units and not kill them to get that point, which I don't like doing. I just like killing. So it's like it's bad if if your list is very killy to have in your deck, in my opinion.
Well,
Well, I think
why?
it's oh sorry. I think
No,
it's
go for
good
it.
to have in your list if like I have it in my list because I want you in range too.
Sure.
So if you're
Yeah.
gonna score your secondary, you have to be in range two of me.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
that's
point.
why I have it in my deck because I want you in range two
So
as a counter.
Makes sense.
the reason I have it in my deck is because it's attached to a big ass blob, and I can cohere one unit hella far
That's
out
fine.
and just score it.
True. That's valid point too. That's another valid point.
Like
Well, I was gonna say, or you
everything
could
behind
just
heavy
put them,
cover, and then you go out there.
or you could just put them on your T series because you always keep them way far back. Just put them on those and never push them forward, and you'll get
Well,
your
well,
points.
you need to. You
For
need to
recon, you
for
have to.
recon.
Yeah,
You need
for
to.
recon.
You
Yeah.
want them to
Oh
go.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's the other one.
So
Yeah,
yeah. You have to
okay.
get. You have to
recon
get a service scan.
Yeah.
Recon,
Yeah.
you want it on something that's going to be blitzing or something that has a way to extend your range, which for me my trick is the cohesion.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh
in
yeah.
my old version of this list I had a comms jammer, so I would throw the 1B1 out and 6B1s throwing one lame guy out to wall off their orders. So this time with recon, now it's like I throw the one unit out there and I score the recon and everything else is back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Preferably behind a wall, so you're only killing one thing at a time.
Right.
Um, but yeah, no, it was we had a little rules interaction that we'll cover later on. Other than that, the game ended because it's 14 activations against an 11 activation blob, and like I said, he doesn't have enough dice to kill me. I don't have enough dice to kill him. Luckily, I had poison.
Mm.
So by the time the game ended, uh, we ended up um, we ended up at 4-3, and he only killed 90. He killed one B1 blob. That was all he was able to kill
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
because I was able to hide everything and leash stuff. Like it was crazy. I got this game was like everything kind of clicked.
Hmm.
So now I'm
So
excited to
you're
keep
more
it going.
happy with the results and more happy with how you played it now.
Yeah, dude, like it's night and day difference. Like learning those, like I'm 6 games in with one win under my belt, which is already better because every game was terrible.
Sure. Sure.
Like my worst game, I got to round two. It's like I was, and then forgetting minis, and
Mm.
this time I think I only forgot like one mini once, but it's just because there's so many, and I catch it because I'm like, all right, here's my dice. Nothing has died from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. I'm missing somebody. And then he's like off in the corner. I'm like, oh crap, you know?
Yeah, that
Luckily,
happens.
luckily the blob is not it's not bad enough to where it's like that one mini made a difference, you know? It's like
Mm,
it it was gonna be tucked wherever, but
sure.
I need to remember.
So,
But I was able to kill 374 points of his units.
yeah. So with you have a bet with Nick that Nick doesn't believe you're going to take this to LVL. So where are you at now? The last time when you guys made the bet, you're like for sure taking this. Are you still feel like that's true now?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna keep checking in on you every time we do a tournament. I mean, we only got one tournament left before, but I'll keep
We
checking
have
on you
two
because
because Bakersfield has one.
well, I don't know if I can make
They're
that.
running another.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna go.
they do it.
I'm gonna go.
I think
It's
it's
at the
every
third Saturday.
third Saturday,
Yeah,
right?
it's the third Saturday of every month, and that's right before we go to LVO. So that's another
I
three
I
reps I
might
can
be able
put
to make
in.
a strong case, like, hey, this is more practice for LVO, even though I won't bring my LVO list. But yeah, for right now,
It's
yeah,
it's
it's hard. It's hard.
literally it's literally 2 weeks before LVO. Like that's
Yeah,
the like I'm going regardless. If you guys want to tag along, we could do the same thing we did last time.
Say less.
Um, there you go. So yeah, no, I'm still taking this list. I like where it's at right now. I'm having a conundrum, and I'm gonna ask you guys. In all the games I've played, it almost seems like advanced intel is a waste. Now, hear me out before you jump to the.
whoa,
Hold
whoa,
on,
whoa.
hold on.
Okay,
The reason I'm saying it's a waste is because every time I get it, I get flipped out of it,
good.
and every time I try to get to it, I never get it.
Here's what you need to
And
do.
and so I figured like if I figure like why not take something
Nope,
else?
nope,
No,
no. Here's what you need to do. The first thing you need to do after you're analyzing the table, seeing what's better for you and everything is one, A, always get your main objective. If you have your main objective, then fish for advanced intel or table side if you want table side. But you always want your main objective. So in my opinion, if they waste one of their bans on your advanced intel, that's a win for you because you want your main objective. And if they don't, perfect. You could just fish. Like that's the one thing I think that if you have no other thing that like if you like everything, like why not just fish for your advanced intel at that point?
Interesting. Because
Yeah.
I have the reverse philosophy. I think advanced intel is like the first thing you should get rid of or try to get.
Interesting. So
Well,
okay,
because it's advanced intel on, I think on Longstream it said like a 64% win rate if the player has it. So it's like, okay, well, I want that.
yeah, but
Like
I don't
that's
think
just me personally, but
sure, but I think it really does come down to the main objectives because not all lists like okay, your list. Do you think your list plays all objectives? Good.
me?
not
Oh.
intercept.
So that's where I feel like if you have a majority of five out of the six, then I think you're right. Then you just want to go for advanced intel, right? Because your list can play five of the six objectives.
Yeah,
But sometimes I feel like there are definitely for at least three out of the objectives that most lists play really well that you could just not even think about. Um,
yeah.
because if you get stuck on a list or an objective that you're not gonna do well on, like what good is advanced intel for you?
I have the idea that advanced intel is great, but I don't think it is worth it out of the ones that originate turn one.
Mm.
But like I don't think it doesn't give you as much value as like ordnance or uh,
Oh,
like
I think it gives you
fortified.
the, in my opinion, the most value because
Well, it just gives you the one pass on
which
turn one. That's it.
which is
Whereas like
huge.
ordnance, I mean it's okay. It's like
Uh, So,
I'm indifferent. Like I think it is a good card, but it like people are always gonna ban it, which is what you want them to do. I think.
but the reason
Yeah,
why they're banning it is because it's that good. Because having the information of where your opponent is placing their stuff is more valuable on turn one than any other advantage, in my opinion. So, like that passing, even though it's just one pass, that's one unit on your army that I know where it's gonna go before you know where my unit's gonna go.
Yeah.
And again, in my opinion, Legion's all about positioning. If you have good positioning, you could play a bad list good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm not saying it's like F tier. I'm just saying like it's equal to like cunning deployment, fortified. Like they're all turn one. It's still very good. It's just one of those like it's always gonna get banned.
Mm.
So I use it as a ban hammer kind of
Uh,
a thing. Like
I just think you're underestimating it a little bit because the how good Advanced Intel compared to like all the other one is significantly a larger gap compared to the
well yeah,
rest of
no,
them.
I'm not underestimating. I'm saying it's like equal to the other ones. I'm just saying like if I put out advanced intel, I know it's gonna get banned.
Mhm.
So I will go for a secondary objective
Sure,
because I know someone's gonna ban it right off the rip.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
I think when AMG really, and you call me crazy, but I've always done things different. Because to be honest, like I'm a fan of Garrison, especially with these B2 B1s with the rad cannons. I think that'd be pretty good. Um, what?
No, go off, man. Continue.
Oh God. Um, but I think depending on how what the new objectives look like, I might just throw ordnance in the garbage.
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't do that.
what are you gonna run? So what are your three advantages? You're gonna take ordnance out and put what in? Garrison?
No, I'm saying when the new cards drop. I don't
Oh,
I like the idea of Garrison, but I'm saying when like the new because like the other ones don't hurt me like real like as much. Like so fortified, who doesn't love heavy cover? It's I don't cover once again cover is imaginary to me, but it's still heavy cover. Um,
well, the ordnance is free suppression and free wounds.
yeah, and that's in my deck. That's
Yeah.
specifically in there because of AA5s and ATRTs. Yeah, that card's never coming out. Um, Cutting deployment, I don't mind. Simply for the fact that if I get cutting deployment, I can use um the dodges on my T series and have free dodges for the opening salvo.
Right.
Um, or if I use if I use unstoppable advance turn one, I can speed one, and those speed one units can have the dodges. Or there's ways to make use of that card.
Sure.
Um, I the reason I don't mind Garrison so much is because I have a very big timing problem in the first opening of how far do I want to push to get to where I need to get to. A lot of the times I put myself in a hole where it's like I have to move twice and sit on a point. And I don't, it's weird because I see these tables where it's like double move, I'm by a building, nothing can see me, the point's right here. And I'm like, cool, I've never seen those tables. Like for me, I've never seen them. Um,
What command card are you normally playing turn one?
so turn one is standing orders, but I do like unstoppable advance right now
Sure.
as another
Well,
option.
I would say caution you to put Garrison in there because that messes up your daisy chain.
Hard.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
allow me to make a
Hold on, but
proposition for
at the
you,
same
Jose.
time, the AI doesn't trick off unless I'm out of range of the C
You are out of
series.
range.
Depends on how far I go up.
You doesn't matter. You deployed it. It's
Yeah,
out of
your T
range.
series has
But
to go on the board.
The AI won't proc.
Yes, it will. Well,
No, it
theoretically, it won't
won't.
because
So here's
you're
the
not in
reason it
range of
won't.
attacking anything.
So
Well,
when the
hold on.
attacks,
Before you say it, Dallin, what was your point?
Well, it has to do with proposing a different version of his list. But you go first. You go. You guys finish your thought.
so I don't believe that the daisy chain goes away simply because I can abuse. So if there were small B1 units, I would agree. I have a range one that I can throw backwards, and as I set up the board, off the
Well,
advancing onto the field.
the problem is that if you're playing standing orders turn one of your B1's orders is now going in the bag. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have, let's say you give standing orders to a T series, then you daisy chain back to the T series
The only thing that would be in the bag
is the B1 and the
be
AAT.
yeah, and I'm okay with that because as long as the
Are
A
you?
as long
Because if you go to
yes,
the
because as long as the T
bag, okay,
as
what if I start shooting at your B1s turn one because they're on the field and you got to get them to safety now. You go to the bag and you pull the AA5 instead of those B1s. Now you got the AA5 onto the field that can be targeted too.
aren't you
I
the
mean
one
the
that said
AAT.
if you're shooting at your heavy, that's good?
True, but I mean, again, if you're shooting at something that's taking something for you, the rest of the armor needs to be backing it up.
No, and I get it, but
If
that's we're
it's the same game in my game against Andrew at where did we go? Tracy. He put the Gav right there in the middle of the field before any of my bugs got on. It's just like I don't like shooting heavy, but it's right there, turn one, where normally I wouldn't be able to shoot anything. So
and
it's like
that's
he's really,
assuming that so once again it's you have to remember I'm not going to just place him in like a dangerous spot with the new LOS rules with
but
how terrain
the
works. I
thing
don't
is,
have to
I'm
put
not
him there.
saying like I would kill your AAT on turn one. What I'm saying is
No,
you are
I'm
giving
saying about the
away
B1s.
valuable information on turn one.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I guess.
turn one, in my opinion, is a bluff game. Where am I gonna go? Right?
Well, the thing is, if I'm splitting the faction, if I'm splitting up anyways, then what am I giving away that you aren't already gonna know? I'm gonna split up anyways.
Well, you're 11 acts, so
The AAT was is a
six of your units are gonna be one side of the board, where the
and
other
six on
five.
the other side.
So the other five is arguably weaker because of that reason, right?
Mm, so
So I can
no, so
allocate for that reason.
no, because what I do in terms of deploying, say for close the pocket, I leave the center like you have your back left, your back right. I
Mhm.
leave the center, the closest spot to the center to plant the AAT because then the AT strafes out and now it's in the middle, and it
But
has a 360 gun where it can shoot left or right.
again, that means you're double moving to into the middle turn one, correct?
No, I'm strafing and using range 4.
So you're not gonna shoot me if I put everything on the left side and you put him on the right side and strafe into the middle.
That's fine, but there's no weak side. There's six
That
on
is
the
weak because
there's five
the
on the
right
left
side
and
has
five on the
the
right,
right
one in the
has
middle.
six, the left side has five, right?
But the sixth one moves into the middle when I play
But I'm
close.
not in the middle.
Well, you need to or intercept, whatever. Or you need to score that middle point. So if I
Eventually,
have
but
AT
not turn
planned
one.
there,
Not if I could pick off some units beforehand.
yeah, but you got to expose yourself, and I
Again,
have long
it's just, in
So
my
then let me say
opinion,
this. I get your opinion, but let me say this. I played close 3 times or 2 times. Every time the AT was able to cover whatever it needed to do.
again,
And
I'm not disagreeing with your strategy. I think you have a solid plan. I just think you putting Garrison messes up that plan by giving away valuable information, and you don't want to do that because you usually want to put your AA5 last, or sorry, your AAT last, because that's what most of your opponents is wondering where that's going to go. They're not worried about where the B1s go because the moment you put a B1 down, most of the B1s down are going to go
well,
to the for the
then they
daisy chain.
can well they can wait for that because I'm waiting to see where their first white save armor unit goes.
Exactly.
Hey
So
man,
that's
I say try it. Just go for it. Just figure it's trial and error. That's what you're doing anyways. You might as well try it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, my thing is I'm like I said, I've never gotten advanced intel. It's always if it pops up first, it's banned. And then if it pops up anywhere later on, it's banned. Or if I have what I need and I'm like, let me try to fish for advanced intel. I like both sides of the table. I never get it. So it's like I'm putting a lot of pressure on this one card. Yes, it has a high win rate. That is fine. But to me, it's like I rather just have something that that I'm
hold on.
okay with
Just so I'm hearing this clearly. You're debating about taking advanced tail out of your deck.
when the new stuff drops.
Okay. Well, we don't know when the new show. Well, we kind of do. It's going to be next year, um, but we don't know anything about that. So
No, I know that. I'm
yeah,
saying like it's just I'm saying
sure.
I was just bringing it up to question the validity of having it in there. Everybody has their own frame of mind about it. My your frame of mind is you get it if you can get it. You can use it in many different ways. just like Dallin and John said, they have different ways. Like all three of you guys have a different way of using it or how you think it should be used. I'm a fourth opinion that's saying I'm personally in my list, and as I've played my games, I've gotten zero value out of it.
which is good because if your opponent is giving you advanced intel, they're then you have a good chance of winning that opponent.
Okay, can I get into my proposition for Jose
Go for it.
Oh
real quick?
no.
Okay, all right. So I have a couple of questions in regards to your list. Number one, how often were you using rec or how valuable did you feel recon intel was on your T series?
Amazing.
Okay, why?
Because I was able to cheat onto the battle. It was a trick me and JR talked about. I don't go the full one. I go up just enough to where if you're wanting to target the T series, you're gonna overextend, and I'm gonna hit you there. Being able to have bolster and aims or dodges because I have two actions was amazing.
Okay, how often were you shooting turn one?
Every round.
That's insane to me. But okay, what about inspiring presence?
Do you
How
not
useful
do you
was
not
that?
remember how big an AAT base is? So here's the thing.
I mean, yeah, but
Hold
but
on.
here's the
Let me
thing.
paint a picture for
Go
you.
ahead.
Okay, so when JB put the A5 out, that's a snail-sized base that I can just tap coming speed one, and I have two available aims on board, which in that game I did 6 wounds right off the rip, turn one. Same thing with Zach. Zach speeding up the ATRTs, 5 wounds on one ATRT, 4 wounds on another the next turn. Like I was getting shots off turn one.
Okay, okay, but you could do that anyways without recon intel. You just walk on the board and take an aim.
Or
So
but why when I can have
I
it?
honestly
So I
I
have so on. So or hear me out, Dallin. I can use
Mhm.
recon, have the dodge from cunning, and then a dodge from me taking a dodge, and then an aim, and have 6 tokens between 2 units turn one.
I like the advanced or the recon on the T series because you could play them defensively turn one. You move onto the field, you take a dodge, you take a surge from bolster. Because some lists are gun lines and it can shoot range four and they can start shooting at your B ones early on. It makes it easier to negate that with the dodge and the surge.
And then with
Either
Okay,
cunning,
that
it's
or
two
the
dodges.
tank too.
With the cunning, it's 4 dodges and 4 surges.
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
All of this is to say, okay, but what if we dropped some upgrades and put Maul in your list? Same axe, same. You have
I don't like
five
the way
super
Maul
red
plays.
cans. Oh
I I,
well, okay.
I
I'm
think
not a
Maul
Maul. I
I think
cannot
Because
Maul. You got to be surgical at Maul. That's not
yeah,
me.
I think
That's why I play Anakin. I go
Maul's
down
in
your
a
throat
tough
and I
spot
destroy
right
you.
now. I think Maul's in a tough spot. Like if you Dooku would kill Maul instantly.
well, yeah, but that's Dooku.
Dooku's not going to kill
I said
14v1s.
Anakin will kill Maul instantly.
I don't know. I just feel like if you face off against any force user, you just get run over.
Sure,
Uh,
sure, sure.
so maybe. In the game that I played with JR, he exposed Anakin early. This was a test game. I was able to get Anakin down to, I want to say 3 wounds. And I had the killing shot with the AAT and I lost the pip war. I lost the roll off. So had I
Interesting.
won the roll off, Anakin's eating another 7 high velocity, and I'm assuming he's pretty much dead.
You
So
know what
no,
I'm learning
So
is that I play
go
my
ahead.
Anakin way too aggressively,
you
and
do,
we'll get into that.
dude.
We'll get into that
Because we
later.
talked about it after that game. Had I picked up that Anakin,
Yeah, yeah.
it gets way
That
easier after
almost
that.
cost me my game with Grayson. We'll get into that later.
So I just want to finish my thought here. Is my thought process was okay. Well, you just complained about how sometimes you have to have a B1 unit sit on the back points. So here you have two B1 units that are completely bare that can are perfectly okay sitting on a back point and doing nothing. You still have a bunch of B1 blobs. You have your AAT with LTA and armor piercings and high energies. You still have two T series, and now you just have Maul, who is a different sort of threat and can threaten like these surging red saves or clones or anything that Maul can kind of like beat into the ground. Like he can go do that. Um, and he doesn't have push, so you don't need to be like super duper worried about being super precise with him. You just kind of throw him at
No,
something,
you got to
and he's
staple
eventually going to
push
die.
on Maul. Like here's the thing: if Asajj was available, I would take Asajj over Maul because I
Well,
don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
push with Asajj.
obviously.
I think Maul needs push.
I don't think
Interesting.
you need push. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
get
don't
that's
think
what
he needs
Dallin
push either.
yeah.
I get what Dallin's saying. Like when I played against your list, I didn't feel threatened. Like the tank I ignore, the B1s I can deal with. But if I had a force user in my face, now I'm like, oh shoot, what do I do?
Yeah. And like
Like
the separatist invasion one pip is bad, so now you have duel of fate.
Well, hold on.
Uh,
Let's roll that back a little bit because here's the difference
yeah,
within the game we played. I'd be willing to play you again because when you played that list, it was one T series and I had lost my daisy chain 2 out of the 5 turns.
It's official rematch at our place. Let's do it.
So you can say you weren't you can say no, you can say you weren't worried about the B1s,
bean
but
bean bean.
if my B1s have to aim or have to attack because AI takes over, I'm not scared of B1s like that. And on top of that, like I didn't have rad cannons in that list. You had E5Cs. So if you so
Well,
like
that's what we're gonna do a rematch.
yeah, no, I'm totally down.
John's
The list
gonna
is
bring
different.
two saber tanks with beams and three ATRT climbers.
That's
Oh
honest.
Jesus.
Honestly, guys, you guys should set up a game this
Six
week.
acts.
This week, play your LVO list.
Well,
Yeah.
There you go.
we have to get to our MCP game. He's been
Do
dodging
it.
me.
Do it both on the same day.
Oh
But all right,
God, no.
moving on.
Okay.
We're gonna get Dallin. Dallin, how'd your game go, my man?
Okay, so really fast, what I ran. To preface this, I don't know why you guys say practice your lists because I have never played this list before,
Did you
and
win
I
the?
took
Hold on.
turns.
Did you win the
So
tournament?
probably
Oh wow.
fair enough.
Dang. I almost had you.
All
The
right,
question should have been, did you get second place?
Oh,
no, I did not.
You were very close though.
Um, I was very close. Okay, so I had Dooku with choke, foot push, and burst of speed. Kalani Bear, 5 Bear B1s, the only way to run them. B2s with the shotgun and T series is the light. Two spiders with engagements and flamethrowers. An aqua droid with the heavy and emergency transponders. And then a snail tank with defense protocols, link targeting array, armor piercings, and high energy cells. And my first game I played against JB, so going back to him. And
that's why you knew.
uh, yeah, that's fine. So JB was running the bikes and pikes and Bosk and bus, or whatever it was called. Anyways, it was funny because I was like, oh my gosh, that's so many things. And then all of his fish like died. It was like between two turns, I think he had like 5 pikes on the board left, and then all of his swoops.
Ooh,
And the AAT was like, or not AAT, the
A5.
AA5 was
A5.
on like 3 or 4 wins left.
Mhm.
And so it was kind of a massacre, but he ended up tying the game. But then we went to kill points and I won.
Yeah.
God
So
dang.
yeah, he played very well though. He super kited well, part of it was my fault. Every time I was about to score my recon mission, I realized that I killed the thing I needed to score my recon mission
Thank
for.
you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Um, Yeah, so that sucked. But so and I made Dooku my recon mission person because he's gonna be in range two of things anyways.
Right.
But he wasn't in range two of enough stuff because they all died.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it was also something else that was really neat about his list is he had 3 capos, and I kind of forgot that you can take 4 commanders in a
Mhm.
Shadow Collective list.
Yep.
So that was cool. But anyways, I ended up winning on kill points. We tied 4-4. We played close. as our main objective. I played close all 3 rounds. And then we went to lunch, and during lunch, I discovered that I was playing JR.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I always enjoy our games because every time I play you, I feel like the my powers have doubled since the last time we met.
They have definitely doubled. I mean, this
Yeah,
game
so
alone showed that.
All right,
yeah.
The
Dooku,
game was
Uh,
calm down.
wild.
All right. You're going
hey,
against Lord
S
I,
Sidious.
S
that
tier
was that was
Dooku.
an Anakin quote, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Good. Twice the pride, double the fall. All right. So we played close and sweep, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And round one, JR scores on my spider. He like obliterates it with Bad Batch. And I was like, dang it, okay. And this
BB
always
for the
happens
win.
every time I play you. One of
Mhm.
my little light support units just explodes
Yeah.
because I want to get it in there because it's a flamer. So like, you know,
Yeah. Makes
and it's
sense.
not very easy. It's not very easy to hide a spider. Um, but yeah, I gotta get more like I can't just bum rush the spiders is what I'm learning. At
Yeah.
least in some games. In
I
other
feel
games, I don't mind.
I feel
But
like you move onto the field and then maybe move up a little bit more, but turn two, I think, is when you then move up to do the flamer stuff because we're both now making a rush for the POIs, right? I think
yeah,
that's when you have a
yeah,
good opportunity.
yeah,
I
and
think you
like
get greedy when you double move them as far into the battlefield as you can.
Well, and I think with
yeah,
Bad Batch, it's hard because Bad Batch closes the gap real fast.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But and I'm also giving them reinforcements turn one. So like
Yeah.
I should be able to just my whole idea of moving them all the way, like bum rushing them, is so that I can get a flamer on turn on turn two,
Right.
like an early flame. But I could just reverse that order and not bum rush them and then have them last and then just flame.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Well, can a spider hide behind the aqua droids?
Yeah.
There you
ooh.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, John.
But
Very
then
which
where's Dooku
which
gonna go?
which was very annoying because I would do it to people. Now it'd be done to me. I was just like, ooh, now I know why people don't like this.
Yeah, there was a bunch of things where I was like, "Oh, this is a taste of JR's medicine." Like,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
um. So anyway, you scored that turn one, and then turn two, you couldn't get a recon mission point, and or excuse me, a sweeping clear point, and I could, and so I was like, "Oh, sweet!" And I put my tank and the B2s on one side, and
No,
then like literally everything else on the other side.
I think no, I got all my sweeping clears each round. It was close the pocket. I couldn't score because I didn't score the one where Dooku and the Aquas were on, and then you scored your back point.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because the Wookiees were busy being cowards behind a building.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're just
the
running
ones over
from
there.
those bad boys.
Um,
Mistakes were
and,
made.
yeah, and when you talk about bluffing, like how turn one is all about bluffing and stuff, it
Yeah.
was funny because that reminded me of our game because you were like, oh, well, maybe you'll put your tank over on the other side, but then he's all by himself. And I had done that already in my game previous against JB. Is we played close, and I was just like, well, I'm just gonna put my B2s and my Aqua, or excuse me, my tank on this side, and they can do the work that they need to all on their own. So
That's true. Valid point.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, the tank locked down that side, and the B2s fought Wookiees, and then you bum rushed your Wookiees, and the only other thing I remember, and I'm sure you could correct me on some other stuff, but I played FSI the turn previous and like did some damage. It was also really fun to like I played Disappoint Me turn two and just like, okay, I'll force push this unit off and then I'll
Oh yeah,
take
that
this
was
unit
nice.
and they'll get
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
point. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Because go ahead.
And so anyways, I played Fierce Surprise Intimidation. that all happened, and Anakin and Dooku were having a measuring contest. Um, and w the next turn comes, and I'm like, okay, I need to play. I need to
Gotta
play. They
practice
Too
your
Will
list.
Suffer.
You gotta practice.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. I was like, I need to play They Too Will Suffer because I can guarantee an order on Dooku, and I can guarantee because he doesn't have a one pip that he can give an Anakin an order.
Mm.
So I'm just going to play They Too Will Suffer, and then I can force him to draw not Anakin so that Dooku goes first so he can kill Anakin.
Hmm.
And everything goes according to plan. JR wins the roll off, and I'm like, okay, dang it, he won the roll off. And he draws Anakin or draws an operative, and I was so like incredibly stunned that he drew Anakin that I my whole game plan went out of my brain. And I was like, all
We
right, well, okay.
yeah, we
And then
literally.
later,
No,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say like, cause like, let me go back a little bit. My thought process was, I kill your spider. The next turn, I think we do what we do, and I shoot your aquas
Yeah,
and pretty much dwindle them down.
yeah,
Now I play Anakin's one pip when you play fear, surprise, intimidation, and my thought process was, I'm gonna, cause Kalani's in your deployment zone, so I can get there, burst of speed, kill Kalani, and get the 2 points from sweep and clear. But I didn't forget. I just didn't know what your anticipation was going to do. And this is where I feel like your powers have doubled because you knew the play. You knew the correct thing to
yeah,
do, and that was to get Dooku in with Anakin and try to kill him. And so when you did that, you just foiled my plans. I was like, man. And I was thinking maybe I could have bad try to kill Dooku, but after I did Tempted on Dooku, and you're just like, oh yeah, Dooku surges. I was just like, oh cool, I just did one wound. Yeah, Bad Batch ain't gonna kill him. So I was just like, all right, Anakin, double tap Dooku for just two more wounds, which was annoying. And I was just like, okay, I need to kill Dooku before he kills Anakin. And so I was just like in my head, just thinking, not even thinking about the card you played. I was just like, I'm gonna play Call Me Captain, and I'm gonna make
mhm,
sure and hope to God I get Anakin. And when I pulled out Anakin, I was super excited, and I know we had that
yeah.
little scuffle, and then I was just like rolled, and I killed Dooku, and I was just like ooh, yeah, and then Q, and what happened?
Yeah, and so then after all that happened, I was like, this is BS. I
Yeah,
can't believe it. And then I looked it down at my card and I was like, all the game plan like went back in my head. And I was like, oh, hey, I should have forced your draw. And we went back and forth and we came to some sort of agreement where you were like, okay, well, what are you going to force me to draw? And I told you, and he said, okay, when I draw Anakin, we'll just go with what had happened, which was
right,
Dooku died.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, yeah, that works. And so Dooku got his turn and got Anakin down to one wound, which was
mm,
also pretty funny.
yeah.
Um,
Which if you
but
had killed Anakin, I was just gonna be like, all right, we'll just forfeit whatever Anakin would have done because it didn't make sense at that point.
sure, yeah. Um, and so again, I appreciated the graciousness for sure.
Yeah,
And that was that. And then we tied, I think that round, and then final round, I just couldn't get middle.
yeah,
I couldn't kill the Wookiees that I needed to the previous turn. And I was like, I think it's all but not guaranteed. I think it's all but guaranteed that I can't do enough at mid. I
mm,
also had to make my tank leave the back point in order to tie middle the previous turn, and that hurt
yeah,
because now I'm not scoring pro points.
yeah. I
But
think
anyways, it was a really close game.
I only won by 1 point because I was able to get that
Yeah.
one POI we were fighting over, and we kept tying
Hmm.
the middle, which obviously it's the most important one. Um, yeah, it was definitely our closest game yet.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And oh, and Bad Batch previous turn had like ran into my deployment zone and shot some B1s to kill him. You are the only opponent I have ever played ever that has killed all of my B1s.
Success.
Like all five squads of my B1s died that game, and it was like so shocking. And I realized that my like strategy of just okay, here's a million threats. Which one are you gonna deal with first? Also is a double-edged sword because all my B1s could just die, and now it's like okay, well now I don't have my objective gappers to do what they need to do, and so
Well,
yeah.
let's
But
not forget like that wasn't the original plan was to take out your B1s.
yeah,
So on the turn that I did do what we do best, I decided because I couldn't see Dooku because he's hiding behind the aquas, right? Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So I
You
was
made
just
a
like,
judge call. Can I
I,
see them? I'm like,
I,
no.
yeah, I was like, Jose, what's going on here, man? And so I was just
You
like,
didn't
man,
pay me.
right? I should have slipped you a 20. I, sh- I wanted to shoot at Dooku with the do what we do turn, and I couldn't. And so I felt like my shot was wasted, but not wasted at the same time because I was able to dwindle down the aquas all the way down to 1 health remaining. However, the next following turn, everything shot at that aqua and it kept surviving. And
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was also crazy.
yeah, and it was so frustrating. It was just like would at least get one through every time, and he would save every time to the point where I was just like, all right, I need to take out the B1s now. I can't focus this aqua, which
Yeah.
eventually I did take
Yeah.
out, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you killed the Aqua anyway.
yeah.
What also was crazy was so like I don't understand why this didn't translate or why this never unlocked in my first game, X-Wing. I had just absolutely awful luck sometimes, to the point where I would miss Top Cut in LVO because I would get the most statistically unlikely things to happen. And now it's like in the reverse where I'm like rolling crazy statistically unlikely things in the
Hmm.
positive. For example, like I had alluded to earlier in the cast, my B1's like rolled 4 crits into
Yeah.
who was it?
That was ATRT. That was
Yeah,
you were consistently at least getting an average of 3 hits on everything that you're shot at, like Wookiees, ATRTs,
yeah.
my generic infantry and stuff like that. Like to the point where I was just like, my God, these guys are the real MVP right here. They need to die.
Yeah, yeah, apparently. But like statistically, B1s should be at least rolling 1 crit.
Right.
Out of 6 white dice, it's like very likely that they roll a crit.
Mm.
So like I don't mind having them shoot because sometimes they just are shooters, and then
Yep.
sometimes they just go, "Hey guys," and then we move on to the next activation.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Um, but anyways, so then I lost by 1, and it was a very good game. I had a lot of fun. And then I got a repeat, close the pocket again. So now between this tournament and Vet Fest, I have played 6 games of Close the Pocket in a row.
Oh my God. So you're
So
not banning close the pocket because obviously it's in your deck. And obviously your opponent wants to play. I feel like close the pocket is that one mission that everyone's okay playing.
It's old
yeah,
intercept.
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say it's
yeah, it
intercept.
is. Yeah,
You're
you're right.
just playing intercept. So,
Mhm.
um, so I played against Connor, and he played Gar as well. He played like this crazy. It almost looked like um the 6 act clone list that everyone is talking about. It had Rex, Padme, ARFs, the like crazy spooky ARF Trooper squad with
With
Echo and the
Echo.
ARF
Yeah.
Trooper duo.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was scary when it like shot and killed a majority of my B1s.
Yeah.
Like it like shot at range 4 and killed everything but the unit leader, and I was like, oh goodness, okay. And
Step away
then
slowly.
yeah, a Super 5 squad, a Super Ahsoka squad, and then 2 clone infantries with captains, Z6s, and the fire support clone, the one that gets standbys
Yep.
when you give it orders. Yeah, so it was like it was crazy because I wasn't used to seeing this many like clones in a core, and so I was like constantly like asking them, okay, how many dice are you rolling? Okay, and that matches how many minis you got. Okay, cool. Um, and so my plan this game was, well, I got to take out the super squads with my flamers, and so I just held my flamers like I deployed my tanks first. I deployed my Dooku first. I waited
Oh,
until he deployed his super squads forward.
I
Well,
like
because
it.
Dooku's protected by Aquas anyway.
That's true.
So
That's valid. Yeah.
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 Um, and so I just waited until he deployed his super squads, and then I was like, all right, flamers, let's go on a flight. Um, and so
Flame on.
both the flamers got, they did fine. He was saving pretty well. And then I was saving pretty well. And so it was just kind of a stalemate for both of us because we were rolling okay offensively. Well, him not so much, but we were rolling okay offensively. And then defensively was like, okay, I saved everything. Or I like, oh, I lost 2 minis. Oh no, it's sort of
Yeah.
deal.
Mhm.
Um, and so I ended up pulling it by one, but I did not get a single kill point that game. And
Whoa.
he got
Oh
106.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Those
Yes.
blobs are hard to kill, dude.
Yeah, I
The blobs
imagine.
were very hard to kill, yeah, especially when there's tokens everywhere.
Did
That
you,
was,
I was gonna say,
yeah, go
did you
ahead.
do the flamer on any of those big squads?
Yeah, I did, and then like two clones died because he
Yeah.
just always had tokens.
Yeah, it's
Because
tough. It's rough.
I I was really curious like why the captains were like there.
Hmm.
But then I quickly learned like, oh, it's because they get dodges. And
Yeah.
so he's just spending dodges. Ahsoka gets a free dodge when she's not given an order and like yeah, so and Dooku wrapped himself and this was definitely a mistake that I thankfully didn't pay for. But Dooku wrapped himself in a Ahsoka squad and just
Mm-mm.
I was just like, okay, I'm gonna FSI and jump in there because they were gonna go kill all my aquas. My aquas were just holding down a point
Yeah.
um all game. So anyway, it he thankfully survived. Um, thanks to some crazy good rolls from me and some not so good rolls from Connor. But anyways, it was fun. And I was super excited that I placed third. And then I learned that they only paid to the top two. So
Uh,
That was a bummer. That was super bummer that the top three didn't
nah,
get
it's
top
all
two.
right. At the end of the day, I had fun, and that's what's important. But I
Yeah.
The
was just
road
like, hey, I've
trip.
never, yeah,
He got on the
yeah, it was
lad
a good
wagon for
road
the
trip.
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top
Oh
top three were
yes.
Legion lads, baby. That was hella fun.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So,
well, I
all
want to
right.
say the top wasn't the top four because wasn't Jose fourth?
No,
I was
Grayson
fifth.
Grayson was
Uh,
it was in the fourth.
yeah,
So
we almost
Grayson
swept it.
Grayson played all 3 games. That bye really sucked,
yeah,
but it was what it is.
having buys does suck. But
Well, it doesn't hurt so bad. So, like Bakersfield's tournament, it's a $10 buy-in. So if I eat a buy on a $10 buy-in, I'm not destroyed because I could have wasted that $10 on anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah.
Where it
Yeah.
does suck is when it's like our events, but are like $20, and then it's like, oh, I gotta buy. Like, oh, that sucks. It's like $10 around, where versus $5 around.
Mhm.
But either way, I mean, if you don't, hot trick, if you don't want the buy, don't lose round one.
Valid point.
So
I
true.
controlled that.
And,
I
and
controlled that.
technically, it is a win for you. So you do go up
I don't
on.
count it. I'm
You may
one
not
and
count it,
one.
but it still counts as a win. So you go up in the ranks automatically.
Nah,
But
because once you get
Jose's
that buy,
tip
you're
for
eliminated.
tournaments: don't lose.
All right, John. How'd your
Um,
game go, my man? Oh, sorry.
whole,
Go.
oh, JR,
Yeah.
just to wrap up all my thoughts. Something that I learned from VetFest that translated in this list, is that I like armor, and having like a big armor piece and then little armor. So like,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of where this all originated from. But I was telling JR this on our way back and everybody else. This is like I've struck gold for me. This is like exactly what I enjoy playing. This is my play style. I had just had a lot of fun with it, and if I ever scrap the money together to go to LVO, that this was what I would bring. So
And it performed really well. Like I was surprised how well it did because again, I'm not against the snail. I just think two aquas are better. But the way you use them, to cap the point and then spit out the B2s, like it really like shut down that whole right side. Because all I put there was a Wookiee, thinking, okay, I can handle it. And then it just like, no, no, that snail hurts. Like I cannot handle that at all.
Abort
Which
mission! Abort
yeah,
mission!
yeah. Retreat boys. Which they did. They hid behind a building. They're like, we ain't coming out, boss. Sorry. Um, which was really good and everything. And like I think again, I don't think you misplayed the spiders, but definitely maybe conservative in certain scenarios because I mean it's hard. Bad Batch does what Bad Batch does. It kills things turn
Yeah.
one usually. So
yeah, Which
That
is
Bad
why
Batch is scary.
I just try to put Bad Batch in melee as quickly as I can.
Yes, which that when you did force push him into Dooku, I was like, oh come on, like I want him to kill things. So that was a turn of not shooting that really sucked for me.
Yeah.
But anyways, any more thoughts, Stone?
No, go ahead, John.
All right. So my list was pretty much 501st. I had Anakin, um, Ahsoka, Commander Ahsoka. I had Rex, and then I had one core unit. Uh, then I had three arcs with the medic on them, and two clone commandos. So pretty good list. My game one, I played against Slazaris. I don't remember his name, but this is his name off of Legion or Longshanks.
I want to say it was
Um,
James. I think his
what was
name
it?
Yeah,
was
it's
James.
James.
James,
Yeah.
yeah. He told me he's like, yeah, I came to have a fun time trying out a new list. Um, which was I think 7 or 8 acts. I guess like the main thing that Bakersfield was trying to do was they were afraid of super squads. So I think they were building against super squads. Like we were gonna bring super
We know
squads.
what the Legion lads do.
Yeah.
They're not doing it here.
I did allude that I was gonna bring my LVO list, so
Yeah, so
I
they're
did
probably
Oh,
allude
so
all
we
trying to
paid for
spec
JR.
that.
So, but he said that it was like one of the lists he was just trying, which he had two ATSTs, one Dark Trooper, super squad of Snows with the Flamer, a super squad of Shores, and then um, he had who's the guy with the dark saber?
Moff
Forgot his
Gideon.
Gideon.
name.
Moff.
Moff
Yeah.
Gideon, and I think that was about it. But the list, his list hit really hard. He saved really well. We played Breakthrough and Destroy Enemy Base were our objectives. He had Fortified, I had Cunning. Um, and the game basically went like as we were deploying, I put my core unit on the right side, and I had Echo over there, Echo Strike Team. That's the other thing I had on my list, Echo Strike Team. And I was like, oh, that should be enough. And he had an ATSC, Moff, Darks, and a
It
super
wasn't
squad
enough.
of Snows on that same side. And I was like, yeah, I need to put a little more over there.
Yep.
Um, so I put Ahsoka and an Arc squad on that side, and then the other side I had Anakin, Rex, both clone commandos because that's where their completed mission tokens were,
Hmm.
and I think I had two arcs on that side, and that side just got demolished pretty much. But we only did 3 rounds, but I did win 4-1 because of time.
Yeah.
But he was a great opponent. Like I said, he was kind of just testing out a list. He just come to have fun, which I had fun as well. Um, he, for his credit though, he completely demolished my whole other side,
Mhm.
and I just had a core unit over there, and I was like, I'm gonna lose that point.
Holding on for dear
So
life.
yeah, they were clutching that POI for dear life. Yeah, it was a fun game. Um, so I won that one 4-1. Game two, I played Zach. This one was crazy. Like probably my best I guess opponent that I've played where I really struggled, but I also clutched at the end. Because at Vet Fest, I played Zach with a Wookiee list, and it was very close too. And he got me, but I was like, oh, all right, game two, this is gonna happen. So we played Breakthrough and Destroy Enemy Base again. He had Fortified, and I had Cunning. He was blue player this time. I was blue player in the last one. And I want to say like he started putting up like he had his fuzzy bears, the what do you call those?
Ewoks.
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 Yeah.
He put
Fuzzy
his
Murder
bears.
Ewoks,
bears. Murder
Fuzzy Bears,
bears.
the
How
Fuzzy
dare
Bears.
you?
So
If you
he
ever
put
play Ewoks, John, you need to make color them as the Care Bears.
oh
Yeah.
I probably would just because.
If you ever do 3D printed Ewoks, JR, you need to see if somebody does 3D printed Labubus and have them be the murder bears, dude.
That'd be hilarious.
Or I take a page out of your book, JR, and have someone 3D print them to look like Care Bears.
Yeah, that'd be
There you
sick.
go.
There we
That'd
go.
the power of love, baby.
But yeah, so he started out deploying his Ewoks a little close to I guess the right side deployment. And I was like, okay, well I'm gonna take my arcs and I'm gonna shove them in the Care Bear's face.
Mm.
And
I think you should just call them that from now on. Every time
yeah,
you see
I'm just
Ewoks,
gonna call
Care
them Care
Bears,
Bears
Care
now, like
Bears.
right. um, and so then after I think the arcs wiped that squad, so it was good because he had what 14 at place.
Mhm.
I'm at 10, so I'm like I need a kill axe to get down. So then he brought another squad over to counteract my arc squad. And I think he shot at him with like rebel troopers or something. And then I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna send a second arc squad in your face.
Yep.
And he was like, oh god. And so then they went on down that spot a little bit. And then he brought the AA5 in that area. And what's really funny at Vet Fest, just a quick thing, I did blow up his tank in the middle of beaming with Anakin. And he was like, he was shocked that I was able to blow it up with an attempted attack. So this time he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get my tank blown up turn one or anything. And he overextended with the tank, and then my clone commando shot at it, got a couple wounds on it. And then Ahsoka just went up and blew up the tank turn one. Like she just went over, just slapped it with her lightsaber, it blew up.
Zach, you didn't learn your lesson, my man.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I was like, cool, tank's gone. Care Bears are gone. Now I need to get rid of some sleeper cells. But yeah, that I basically fought over that point, and I think what turned the tide in that game was he had the bomb on a ATRT that he overextended, and Anakin was able to saber throw it, get it down to 3 wounds, and then I just had clone commandos shoot at it the next turn. It dropped the bomb. Rex picked up the bomb, so now I have both bombs, and I'm moving both bomb carriers to his base, which was overloaded with the rest of my squad because the left side had just Echo Strike Team and my core were just on the other side, and I was like, he has to make double moves to get to my squad or to get to my point, so I have time.
Yeah.
So then I just used the rest of my army to overwhelm the other side, and that's kind of what got me the win there. And I won 10-6 on that one.
You said it was breakthrough?
Breakthrough, yeah,
Nice.
and destroy enemy base.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a heck of a game. Zach almost did clutch it because he just had to kill Rex, and he shot a good shot, but then cover save pulled off enough that it was 4 that I had to defend. Rex has 5 wounds, and Rex took 3. So if he would have taken Rex, he would have probably gotten that one, but Rex just survived just long enough to go blow up the base.
Rex does that. Rex always stays alive
Yeah.
on one when you least expect it.
Especially on the Call Me Captain turn. So annoying.
Yeah, and that was the turn that I played Call Me Captain, so it just helped me just wipe everything else in that area.
Yeah.
Game 3, I played JR, and it was very scary because I was like, well, cool, I'm 2-0, I'm feeling good. And then I looked and I was like, who am I playing next? And then I looked and I saw JR smiling, and I'm like, damn it. Like,
I'm sorry,
John.
No, to be fair, To be fair, that wasn't a smile of I'm gonna destroy you. That was a smile of I was proud of you.
I
Because
know
like,
you're
yeah,
like
you're the
my son
finals.
grew up. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The Padawan
Jeez,
is
blow
now
him
a Jedi
harder,
Knight.
JR.
The Padawan has
He still
grown
has
up.
much to learn. Damn it.
Yeah. And then I looked over and I was like, oh god, here we go. Big boss fight after the boss battle I just had
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Zach.
Challenger approaching.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
careful,
It was
Jared's just waiting to cut your head off when he finds you a replacement.
And,
yeah.
and to be
I,
fair,
Do
I
it.
forced us to play on a table that was arguably well, we
The
kind of
best
have similar.
table.
Yeah, it was
It
arguably the
was the
best
best
table. I
table.
agree with you. It was the best table. But
I wanted to play
yeah,
on that table so bad, dude.
yeah, me too. That's why I made John play on
yeah.
that table. Which, funny enough, he already played on it.
Yeah, I just played on
Yeah,
that
he
table
just
too.
played on it. But I wanted to play on it
Uh,
so bad.
yeah. So as Dallin said, Challenger approaching. So it was like Jr. was Mr. Game and Watch, and like hit me with the hammer, and it was 10, and it just KO'd me. Um, but in that game, it was very fun too. I think we played what was it?
It was
We played
Bunker
Bunker,
Assault. Yep. And
yeah, and
then
then Destroy Enemy Base.
yep. So you played Destroy Enemy
Um,
Base 3 times?
yeah,
Yeah.
I most of the time when I'm blue player, it's like okay, I choose my main objective and then I do my secondary so that I'm in control, so that you have to try and ban something else.
Sure, sure.
Um,
When you say secondary, you're talking about your advantages or your actual secondary?
my actual secondary objective.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So if I'm blue, I get my main and then I try and get my secondary.
Yeah,
So it's playing what I want.
makes sense.
Wait, there's more game modes outside of Clubs the Pocket? What?
Yeah, there are down. There are 5
That's
of them.
crazy.
Locked and closed the pocket hell.
Yeah. So this one was very interesting. I think I deployed pretty well. I mean, there were probably some spots that I didn't deploy right that you told me.
Mhm.
And I feel like the dice gods were giving me good dice the first 2 games, and this one they're just like, oh no, you're playing JR. You're gonna have to do this by yourself.
Yeah. You're
Um,
on
JR
your own now.
sacrificed the chicken. You didn't.
yeah, they're like you're gonna have to.
Why are you taking
sacrifice
so long in the
something
restroom?
else,
We had just went to the barbecue place. They had the chickens for me.
yeah. He's like, you're gonna have to sacrifice something else at this point because, yeah, my dice just didn't hit as well. And then the one thing that's very funny every time JR and I play, the one thing I forget is how fast Anakin hits me, and he always gets. Every time it happens, it's so funny. Every time he gets my clone commandos, at least one.
Yep.
Every time, and I don't know why. Every time I'm just like, oh, cool. Like I'm preparing for Bad Batch to come in, so I have everything kind of standby at range 2, and then I completely forget about Anakin.
So, question: you have the one clone commando alive because he just couldn't kill it? Because you don't get Katarn in melee, right?
No.
No.
So
No.
go ahead, John.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say no. The other clone commando was on the far left with the rest of my army because I had both my complete mission tokens over there.
Oh, okay.
I kind of threw this other clone commando over to deal with the ATR2 coming in, which
You mean the horse? It didn't look like an
Yeah.
ATR team. It was a horse. I thought it was a bark speeder for half a game.
It was a prehistoric ATRT before they built them. But yeah, so it was over there to deal with that ATRT. Because other than that, I just
AT
had
horsey.
Echo, AT horsey. Oh boy. So I just had my core unit and Echo strike team over there. Or no, Echo was on the other side. So yeah, I tried to put enough over there. But then yeah, I just forgot about Anakin. And every time too, I know that he's gonna. In my mind, I was like, well, I want to play this card, and then I forget that JR has the 1 pip and speed 3 Anakin into my lines is just
With-
like, oh,
Yeah, burst of speed. And like to be
burst of
fair,
speed, yeah.
I chose the table side, and the table side
Hmm.
that I chose had a good line of sight blocker, like right in the middle, where I was able
Yeah,
to double move and hide majority of my army behind it.
yeah,
So I was relatively close to both bunker assaults, and that's when I played the one pip, and Anakin gets the free jump, versus speed, and just get on to
Jump
the
through the
table.
bushes.
Yeah,
Ah!
just kill,
yeah,
and like Clone
Hello
Commandos is
there.
such a juicy target to melee because
yeah,
it's easy to kill. It's preferably the best way to kill them, and it's just like, yep, there goes 100 points.
yeah. Which sucks, and it happens every time. That's why when he jumped in and I just started laughing, I'm like, I told him I was like, this happens every time we play. You at least get one clone commando.
You know what they say? The universe will keep giving you the same lesson over and over again until you learn it.
I know. I'm gonna learn
The
this time.
definition of insanity.
But yeah, I did get demolished in this game. My dice kind of let me down, but again, it was a fun game. I learned a lot. Like even though I lost, I learned a lot. I learned kind of more about how to position, and I think that helped me in Zach's game because I lost in the other tournament that we did. You kind of demolished me and break through, and it taught me a lot. So
Yeah.
even though I
So
lost, I still learned a lot.
what's important is that we never played Bunker Assault. Now that we played Bunker Assault, it's like, okay, now you know what's coming.
Yeah, now
The
I know.
anticipation.
Yeah,
And that was, and to be fair, that table was amazing because it had such great area terrain with had line of sight blockers everywhere, and it just looked fantastic at Scarif.
yeah.
So I cheated you out of a win because I made you play on that table. We'll go with that story. How's that?
Nah, I mean, it wasn't really cheating. I also really liked that table, but I liked your side better though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. My side was the better side.
Yeah, because that's the side I had against Zach. That's why.
Yeah. Any last words or any more
No,
thoughts?
that was it. I enjoyed my time with you guys. I was glad that I could go. It was a
Yeah,
very
man.
fun time.
Always a blast when you go. So I had you guys already talked about my second and third game. My first game I played against Grayson, but my list is 1,000 points. It has Anakin versus Speed Saber Throw into the fray, Captain Rex with Environmental Gear Recon Intel, Bad Batch, 3 Clone Infantry Naked, 3 Wookiee Warriors with the Battle Shield and Tenacity, and then the ATRT with the Flamethrower. I took This is where the fun begins. Call me Captain. You understand my power. Take that, Clankers, General Skywalker, and we do what we do.
I gotta
Um,
say something real quick.
Go for it.
Nick, he's telling
Nick.
you he took
Oh,
clones, Nick. He's telling you he took clones. I did not, for the life of me, see a single clone miniature
what?
in any of his three games.
Which is why the Legion Labs tournament and the Autos tournament are my favorite tournaments to go to because they allow 3D printing and it's awesome and amazing. Even
Hey,
Grayson
I
gave out 3D printing minis.
hey, I saw clones. They were just in medieval armor.
Yeah, man. Better armor. They salted the dice.
Better armor.
They just had phase point 0.5 armor.
Yeah. Um, Grayson took kind of attack strike, took Iden, Inferno Squad with 2 Jet Troopers, Riot Control Squad with Callus, two
That's those
Snows.
he took to Betfest.
Oh yeah, the same list. Yeah, and
Hmm.
then 2 Snows, and of course Krennic, and 3 Speeder Bikes. We played Close the Pocket and marked targets. I marked 2 of his Snows. I marked he marked Riot Control Squad and a Bike Speeder. And then I don't remember what he marked on mine, but he didn't get them. What ended up happening is on the left side, I deployed Rex and 3 of my infantry, and he deployed all 3 bikes, Krennic, 2 Snows, and then on the right side, he deployed Riot Control, Callus, Iden, both Dread Troopers, and Inferno Squad. And I have put all 3 rookies, Bad Batch, and Anakin on that side. My ATRT, since it could scout, I made it scout in the middle of the table. So that way I can get the middle point, turn 2. The thing about this map is that he's got a nice like stairways that are providing line of sight blockers. And he was able to pick table side because he won red. And on my side, it's very much open. Like I get heavy cover off these trees, but there's angles where you could clearly like shoot me. So that's what I was really nervous about. And what happened is that I played turn 1, Anakin's 3 pip, And I think I'm trying to remember what he played. Oh, Tech Strike. That's what he did. Tech Strike. So what he ended up doing is he had both Death Troopers fire at the Wookiees. He dwindled down one Wookiee squad to like two guys left. At this time, I needed to go with Bad Batch, so I go with Bad Batch and I shoot at Inferno Squad. Because Inferno Squad shot also at the Wookiees, and I got him down to about 3 health remaining. Then Anakin has to go. Now he won. I think I got the roll off, so I had to go first. And I don't remember how many axes was, but he was able to go last with Iden. So
I think it's 12. It's a lot.
it probably is 12 because then I would get one pass, and then I lost because I think I went first. And so what ended up happening is I scouted with Anakin, moved again, and saber throw Inferno Squad again, leaving it on 2 health. And
Jeez.
yeah, the mistake here though was Anakin is left out in the open, which I thought was fine because all he has left was Iden. Well, Iden infiltrates and shoot her range 3 gun and gets 3 wounds on Anakin. At this
Oof.
at this point I'm like, oh man, mistakes were made,
Panic
mistakes were made.
mode.
Yeah. So he also on the left side moved the snows in one snow onto POI and had the other snows come for backup. And I was just kind of taking shots off with the clone infantry. So I'm not winning that one yet, right? So then turn 2, he plays Iden 1 pip, the one that gives him the standby. And of course, I play Anakin's 1 pip because I'm a very aggressive player. And sure enough, he wins the roll off, which was, oh, I was so annoyed. I was just like, okay, Anakin, my boy, you just need to survive this.
Yeah.
So he shoots Anakin again, and Anakin takes 2 wounds. It's only one wound
Oof.
left from dying. So I gotta go with Anakin. So what I decided to do is, again, this is a stairway that blocks line of sight, but like it has these arches in the middle, right? So that's how we were shooting at each other, seeing through the arch. I decided to saber throw Inferno Squad, and sure enough, the last one survived with 1 health left remaining. So annoyed, it annoyed me so much. Then I move up to the arch to where it blocks line of sight of Iden's standby, and I'm able to go ahead and move again to get into with this. I burst the speed, so
Yeah.
move 3 into the death troopers, and I killed all but 2 death troopers. So then he decides to go, and then he goes with the death trooper that's in melee, rolls to hit him, and Anakin survives. Uh, sure enough,
Yeah.
when
Why
he
not
did
just
that,
withdraw and then have a better unit? Like,
because Anakin is only on 1 health. If you withdraw, like sure you could probably have his other full squad of death troopers attack Anakin, but then you're wasting all that firepower on one shot.
Yeah, you're
Granted,
I've
wasting
just
your
waste
axe.
I've just had too many things live on one wound to trust the small dice pools.
and you're not wrong because it's Anakin,
Yeah.
right? And arguably Anakin, no, it's not arguably, it is the fact that Anakin gets more defense when you shoot at him versus when you punch him, right?
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is he goes with those gut squad. Anakin survives. I get Bad Batch. Bad Batch then moves, hunters the last guy in Inferno Squad, and then shoots at the full squad of Death Troopers. Managed to kill everybody but one. And then what I end up doing is I end up uh, so then he put Callus and Riot Control Squad in a weird spot where they had to like come closer to contribute to the battlefield. So he had to double move those guys over. And on the other side, I'm just kind of dwindling down the snow troopers. Clones, infantry, I share tokens, so they're pretty much surviving. And then I double move. I don't double move. I just move Rex closer to the middle, and I like gunslinger some more snows.
Yep.
He sends the bikes towards the middle to get that point. Which I then shot at him with the Wookiee. Did not expect but I pretty much wiped a whole squad of bikes off a Wookiee shot. That was I think that was a tip of the turning of the tide, or tip of the game going down a spiral. Because then what happened is that we're tying in the middle. I have the right side where Anakin's at, and he has the left side. That turns in. We get their points. Then turn two comes around, or turn three comes around, and sure enough, that one death trooper did go in the previous turn and try to kill Anakin. Failed to do that. So he played that one card. No, I don't remember what card he played, but he did decide to go with Iden, move into Anakin, and hit him with the melee and the in the droid.
ID10.
Yeah, there you go. ID10's melee. Anakin survives again.
There's no
And
way.
yeah, he
Yeah,
literally
I gotta go, guys. I got
okay.
work in the morning, but
All
I
right.
appreciate having me on.
No point, no problem. Down.
Later,
You take care,
Dallin.
man.
Take care.
Okay. Yep. Later.
See ya. So pretty much, at that point, Grayson calls it because Grayson is now committing too much to killing Anakin. I even think he committed callous to try to kill Anakin, and Anakin still survived. So he was just like, there's nothing I could do, which he wasn't wrong, because all that act trying to kill Anakin, you weren't taking any points. And on the left side with the snows, I was winning that unexpected one shot off the Wookiees, killing the bikes. It's pretty much won me the middle. So it was just a roller coaster downward at that point.
Snowball.
Thank you, snowball. That's the word.
Yeah.
So I did end up winning the tournament. Yay! But the most important things, guys, that happened at this tournament that we didn't talk about is, guess who played with the chess clock? The only person in the whole tournament to play with chess clocks that
I
said
was
he
forced.
never would play with chess
Yeah,
clocks.
well, he said that he was practicing. You weren't forced.
Yeah, look at
No, I
that.
was forced. I was
No, you
forced. So
were
what it
not.
was?
Because he told me, he's like, hey, I'm gonna play with a chess clock. I'm practicing for LVO. You can play with
No.
it or not. And I was like, I'm not. So he was on a chess clock. You weren't
Yeah.
So
forced.
I was
How,
forced.
how'd
You
that
were
go,
not
by the way?
forced.
I didn't have to worry about clicking nothing because good old Zach clicked everything.
Hmm.
Um, it's weird. I kind of knew what I was doing already, so the time wasn't really bothering me. I my clock did hit zero, but me and Zach were talking about, like, there were times where he forgot to click,
Hmm.
and so he was running my time. So if I was to say anything, I probably had another like few minutes on there. Still isn't great because there was a big discrepancy between me and him. But no, I didn't feel pressure from the clock. I knew what I was trying to do. I knew what I wanted to do. Um, it's not as bad as I thought. I'm still on the principle like it just doesn't belong in Legion.
But
But
hey, I'm glad you played it, because I know you were never said you'll play it, and again, I think you should,
well,
despite the
because
opinions.
Zach was like, "Do you want to use a chess clock?" And I'm like, "No." And he's
Mm.
like, "Well, I need to practice." And I'm like, "Okay, you can put the chess clock, but you're clicking the buttons."
Oh, so he clicked it for your side too?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't
Yeah,
do this.
And
he
Stop.
and
wasn't
so
he
I
wasn't
was like,
forced. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
no,
forced.
so then I'm like, there are times I'm looking at him like, so you're gonna click the button? He's like, oh, click.
Well, everyone give him shit because he said he never played chess clock, and he did, which honestly will make you a good player. Either here nor there. You could disagree with it all you want, but keep it up. Um.
No.
Anyways, you got some real
That was
questions
the
for us?
last time I played with a chess clock.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like a pseudo play because, like I said,
Okay, I will bet you on that. I bet you that won't be your last time playing with chess clocks.
no, I know it's not gonna be
Okay,
because
all right.
something will happen inevitably where I'm like, okay. See, I could tell everybody else to go fuck off. Yes, Nick, you're not here. I said fuck off. But Zach's just such a cool dude, and I'm just like, I've had this little. I think right now we've probably played 4 games against each other, and we're split at 2-2. But like me and him just have such fun playing. Like it's one of those things where it's like chess clock ain't gonna mess nothing up just because it's a game with Zach. It's hard for me not to enjoy a game with Zach. So, it's one of those opponents where like no matter how bad the game's going, like I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
So,
I feel that same way.
So I just needed to have Zach pressure you every time. Got
Yeah,
it. um, moving on. I know we got this episode going pretty long, so we'll hit the rules questions real quick. Go ahead, Jose, take it away.
all right. So, let's bring up the first one, which it is something that I experienced at the event. So to break down the scenario, um, I'm approaching the middle point. JB has a unit of pikes on the middle point. He has one. When I set up the shot, the pikes had already been like shot at prior, so they had enough suppression to grant them cover from suppression. But when I moved my B1s, I moved them in a way to where only one of his minis was obscured by the POI. So when we were talking about the shot, I was saying he was gonna get cover one or light cover, and he was like, actually, it's cover two. And I was like, how is it cover two? And he's like, because I have heavy cover, at least one mini blocked by the POI, and I have suppression from the pikes for light cover. So light cover and heavy cover, it would be heavy cover as per the rules. So I asked JR. JR was like, no, it doesn't work that way. JR didn't have time to explain because JR was also in his own game with battling John. But we basically got to the point where JB is like, well, I went to a previous tournament and that's how they ruled it. And I was like, okay, well, we'll look into that. Because even he was like, he's like, I'm tired. It's not a big deal right now. We'll look at it later. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We can do it later. So we rolled as JR made the call. It's an open shot. That's what we went with. Um, so then JB reaches out to me in the DMs. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, in the DMs, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, just wanted to bring this up and show you what I was talking about. He's rested. We're days removed from the tournament. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it." So he sends me the picture of the scenario that happened, and he has it marked, and he puts on there. He's like, the unit that you shot me with, confirm with JR that my unit didn't get heavy cover. This is incorrect. I was just tired and needed to search for the official rule. But I just want to let you guys know before you guys enter LVO, because as you guys, as listeners know, we're not all as competitive as JR, but we like going to competitive events. So he was doing his due diligence to show me, hey, this is what happened. I think you guys should just know this, for before you guys go to LVO. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody should know everything as much as they can before they go to LVO. So he has arrows, one suppression, next arrow is one mini behind heavy cover equals full cover. He then provides the Legion rules for it, which is in determine cover. It says if at least half of the miniatures the defending unit are obscured, the defending unit has cover. The type of cover is determined by whatever is obscuring the defending unit, providing either heavy or light cover based on the player's discussion of terrain before the game. If the unit has cover, or at least one of the miniatures and the defending unit is obscured by terrain that provides heavy cover, that unit has heavy cover. If the defending unit has cover but does not have heavy cover, has light cover. Then he has 2.5, and which is step two in that determining cover, which is then if at least half of the miniatures in the defending unit are obscured, the defending unit has cover. The type of cover determined by whatever is obscuring the defending unit, providing either heavy or light cover based on the player's discussion of terrain before the game. Um, sorry. If the miniatures in the defending unit are obscured by terrain that provides light cover or terrain that provides heavy cover, if more than one half of the units are obscured by terrain that provides heavy cover, the defending unit has heavy cover, otherwise the unit has light cover. So basically, that was a long reading to basically say that he had one unit in heavy cover, at least one mini in heavy cover, and he had suppression from the pikes. So when we were discussing that, he was like, "So that would mean I would have heavy cover." So I basically explained to him because this was a rule that we had talked to that Rob brought to our attention. And Rob's the one that put us up on game where he's like, no, if you have cover as determining cover from terrain, doesn't matter how many are in heavy, as long as one of those miniatures is in heavy and the rest can be behind light, you're gonna get heavy. Um, so that's the first point. The second point is when he points out that the pikes had cover from suppression and they had cover from the heavy. The thing is, the cover from suppression, Jared can say it better, but the cover from suppression is not cover as like by terrain, where this rule is the rule would dictate that he would get heavy cover because suppression cover just bumps your cover, but you're not technically obscured because you're not obscured from having suppression. So basically, what we ended up doing was I went to the Legion forums to basically I for me like I wanted to get this settled because as listeners of the podcast, I have a very if at times very mean and very negative outlook on judge calls, and I'm not afraid to say that. I have been wrong before, but I just hate when things are ruled a certain way and then later on they're reverted or come to the conclusion that hey, we called that wrong. Because it can be at something pivotal where it matters. So just to do my due diligence to make sure we get the right calls, because us here at the Legion Lads, we're like, it was an open shot because one unit was in heavy cover and the suppression wouldn't give you heavy cover. And it was an open shot. Aside from the cover one. So I go on the Legion Discord and I'm like, let me go to the rules, and I basically put the situation there. And Droid's rule, which to my knowledge, I just found out that's the great Seth from the AMG forums. So Seth, I basically say the scenario, and Seth says it has no cover because fewer than 50% of its miniatures are obscured, and the suppression would only improve cover by one. So get back to discussing it with JB so we can come to like, hey, this is how. Because if people are playing rules wrong, it irks me. But if we can work together to figure out the right rule, then we both become better players because of that.
Sure.
So then JB was like, hey, I don't know who Droid's rule is. I just know that some people at prior events, competitive events, ruled us a certain way, and I would just like more confirmation. So I was like, cool. So I basically say who George rule was, and then I was like, I will take it to the forums where it will have an official AMG stamp. You know what I mean? They've told us time and time again, it doesn't matter about the rule book because whatever happens in the forums that supersedes the rule book. So I basically went onto the forums and asked. So Valor 1216, which is me on any Discord or actually anywhere, Discord, PlayStation, whatever, Valor 1216. That's your boy Jose. So I go into the forums, not knowing that George Rule is Seth. And from what Rob said, I had a carrot moment. I went to the manager after hearing what I heard. So I said, hey, I said, a recent event I attended scenario came up and was looking for clarification. If the defending core unit, Courage 1, has 6 models and the squad has 2 of the 6 minis obscured by POI, that same unit has exactly 1 suppression. Would that unit have heavy cover or light cover? Our boy Seth rolls in and says, the unit in your example has 2 of its 6 miniatures obscured. It will not receive cover from the POI as it is suppressed and will improve its cover from 0 to 1. In other words, light cover. Hopes as help, Seth. So JR had wanted to talk about what he thought about it. So go ahead and take it away.
No, yeah. So I just wanted to play a little bit of devil's advocate for JB because I don't know, maybe if JB had a different scenario that happened at LVO, but if you have a unit that's in terrain, like obscured by light cover terrain, and then have one model in heavy cover that's obscured by terrain, then JB is correct. You would get heavy cover. But in this situation, it is the suppression that is giving JB light cover. But the way suppression works is it just improves your cover. It's not really defined as light cover. So the first thing you do is you check to see if any of the units models are obscured by a terrain. And if they are, and 50% of it, they would get the cover of that terrain. And then you would check suppression that would improve that cover to either be light cover or heavy cover. Obviously, there's nothing beyond heavy cover. Heavy cover is max. So I think that's maybe where the confusion was. Maybe JB can clarify that a little bit, because he's not wrong if he's getting light cover from a piece of terrain and has a one model that is obscured by heavy terrain. Then he is right. He would get heavy, but just because of the wording of suppression, um, suppression just improves your cover by one. So in this scenario, you check to see if any of his minis 50% are obscured, which in this case is no. So he would get zero cover. Then you check to see if he's suppressed to improve that cover by one, which in this case, 1 plus 0 is one, so it would be light cover. Technically, it's called cover one and cover two, not light and heavy anymore. At least I think that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, cover two is heavy cover. Cover one is light cover. So hope that clarifies things. Rules are hard. I get rules wrong all the time. So I'm not no rule thumper, but I do try to
Little
play
thumper.
try to play competitive and know the rules as best I can.
Which
And I didn't take any offense to anything that was happening. I just wanted to state why the ruling was the reason why it was.
and to be honest, cover one on pikes isn't like nothing to sneeze at because they got danger sense
Right.
and they search down
Yeah.
and they probably have dodges.
Right.
So he was still in a good position despite the position at that time. So yeah, so that was Valor 1216 on the forums, me. I actually had to dust off and like approve and like, is this really you? And I'm like, what the hell? It's like you haven't been here in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't been here in a while. I haven't been here since last season. Holy crap. Well,
You're
anyways,
just like, I
let's
know the
fly.
rules now.
Nah, I'm still learning so much. It's
Sure.
crazy.
Sure.
So let's fire off these ones. They're all complicated or not complicated, however you may think about them. I like them. I thought they're all pretty neat because I learned something off of whenever I gander at the rules forums, when I'm thinking on the pot. So this one is by
TMI,
Floor
bro.
Floor
TMI.
Floor. All the time I'm texting you, John, I'm on the toilet, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So just
dang.
All right.
remember that. I'm looking
Dang.
at my phone and all I see is my hairy knees, and I'm just like,
Oh,
John.
jeez.
So,
TMI.
Floor Basher says, can arm token? Oh, this is detonate keyword and sweep and clear secondary mission. So, JR, you guys will already know this, but just to go over it with the audience, Floor Basher says, can arm tokens from Sabine's explosions, boss merciless munitions, be used to score sweep and clear? The detonate keyword states the detonating token is considered the attacking unit when making attacks, meaning that it cannot spend aim tokens or modify dice regardless of any abilities the unit that placed the token. He says sweep and clear requires an enemy unit to be defeated by an attack made with a friendly unit. He put little stars by it. Does a reference to a detonate token being considered an attacking unit meet the criteria for sweep and clear? If so, the attack would count as originating from the token's location before it was removed from the board, correct? So what he's asking is, I throw a bomb with Bosk, some poor guy rolls into it, it explodes, it kills him. Do I get the VP for killing that unit with sweep and clear?
No, unfortunately, which I think is dumb.
Yeah, so Seth says it doesn't because the charge token is not a unit leader. So
It's
the more
off
you
of
know.
enemy action instead of an attack.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's one of those things where words matter.
sure.
Yeah.
So so this one is strike team leader and trusted agent and battle forces. This is by M. Barry. I wonder if that's Mike Barry. Um, is it intentional that these cards cannot be played in battle forces due to them being unique? i.e., should they be called out as allowable upgrades in the Battle Force documents? They seem thematically generic, unlike most unique cards. So he's saying, can you not take unique upgrades, Trusted Agent, and Strike Team Leader, because they're unique, or should they be allowed in the Battle Forces?
I think they
Um,
should be allowed.
which one are we talking about?
Trusted Agent and Strike Team Leader.
Trusted Agent and Strike Team. Those are both what?
They're
Uh,
just they're unique. They're I want to say they're the little V shape.
They're
uh,
comms.
Trusted Agent is command slot, I think.
Or no, is it? No, it's the other one.
No,
No,
Trusted
because
Agent's command
I
slot.
take it on
Yeah.
Is it?
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. How are they classifying this as unique? As in the
The
one
one
pip?
dot. The one dot.
I want to say no. Like I want to say you can take them because I think the dot just implies how
You
many
only
you
take
can
two
take. Yeah. Whereas in
or
like
one.
I don't. Are there any more unique?
Yeah, there's not for so if you're talking about in general unique upgrades, there's HQ uplink, there's the Ewok one.
Oh, those are classified as unique now.
Unique. Yeah, it's the dots, the pips. The pips mean how many you can take.
Oh, so you're pretty much asking me, can you take
He's
those
saying
ones?
he's saying is it intentional that the cards, those specific cards, are not in the battle force?
Oh, gotcha.
Um, and should they be called out as allowable upgrades?
Yeah, I'm gonna say AMG is classifying. What did you say, John?
Oh, I was just saying. So, correct me if I'm wrong in understanding. I think he's asking like, should you be able to take them in a battle force, right?
It seems like it.
Yeah, so do you
Yeah,
think you
I
can or
think it's
can't?
fine. I think it'd
Uh,
be fine.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say no, you can't. Like that's intended by AMG.
You can't.
You
Both
can't?
trusted sets of both trusted agent and strike team leader are unique upgrade cards as indicated by the single bullet before their name. As such, they must appear in the unique upgrades allowed section in the Battle Force army. So when you look at your Battle Force, you have a list of all the upgrades you can take. For
Right.
you to be able to take those two, they should be in the Battle Force section.
Oh, so they updated the cards then. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
updated dots
So
on them.
so that makes me think that either A, we're gonna get updated Battle Force lists where you can take them, or B, they're not meant for those battle forces that can't take them.
That's interesting because HGF Link is now considered unique.
Yeah.
So I wonder
And
because
if it's on the
list
battle
you
force,
can't take it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I thought that was very interesting.
that is very interesting.
Huh. I'm gonna have to check the 501st list again.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure HQ. I'm pretty sure HQ's is on there because they
That's it.
like.
Dallin should have had second. You were illegal.
that
You better check that,
that
John.
is true, huh? Like it wasn't there. But yeah.
So this next one, JR brought up, has just been changed for timing. We have convert surge tokens
Oh,
using
here we go.
clairvoyance.
Here we
Hey,
go.
for the record, John, when Dooku died in a blaze of glory to Rex's shenanigans with Anakin, Dallin blanked horrifically. Then I told Dallin, I said, and if you had clairvoyance, you could have redid this. He goes, I don't think it would have mattered. I'm like, roll it and prove me wrong. Dallin rolls, Dooku lives.
That's right, he did. We did make him roll it again. Yeah.
So he basically said, can surge tokens be used after using clairvoyance on defense?
Yes.
No, because you're not allowed to
Yes.
modify it. Oh, okay.
The unit will
Okay.
convert surge tokens. Sorry, I didn't mean I got really excited.
Yeah, you cut
Because
me
I'm a
off.
big my
You're just
bad, I'm
like
sorry.
you're just like
I'm
wrong, John.
I'm the biggest clairvoyance stan right now. Like everybody's like, it's a piece of shit card. I'm like, you guys are all wrong. Dooku,
I
tell me
don't
I'm
think it.
wrong.
I don't think it's a POS card. I think it's just overcosted.
No, dude, a second chance at life? Like, Dooku literally
Only
has those
once.
lightsabers. Dooku has the lightsabers at his neck, and then it's like flop, and it's like, nope, rewind that. Oh
You
no,
can use it
Anakin.
once.
No, Anakin. I got the
and
high ground
and
now,
and it
Anakin.
and it mattered. It mattered. Had he had it, Dooku lives. Like, and
Yep.
that's huge for
I
Dallin.
don't think again, I think the argument with clairvoyance is not that it's not a great card. It's just that there's better cards than taking clairvoyance. For instance, burst of speed, force choke, force push, saber throw. Like those are significantly better because they're not a
Yeah.
one-time use and you get more value out of them.
I'm just of the mind of, yeah, they're good, but you got to be alive to use them, and everybody has that shit roll.
So
Um,
to clarify here, Jose does not like hiding his force users. This is why this is the card he likes to take.
no. Realistically, I when I run force users, I use aquas. I have mobile cover, baby. It's when you get behind the mobile cover I get nervous.
Yeah.
Well,
So set.
I guess you
Oh,
just
go
have
John.
to use jumping force users against Jose, so you can just jump over him.
For the record, Dooku should have jump one and Entourage B2.
I don't disagree with you.
Uh,
I think Dooku should have speed 3 all times at all
oh,
times.
shut up.
Wow.
So set
Okay.
finish. Set says the unit will convert Surge's result as normal, and you may spend tokens when doing so. So now the next one is more clairvoyance madness because I love clairvoyance. New clairvoyance wording. This is by David Zelenka. Shout out to David Zelenka. You guys know him from the Winter Moon Gaming podcast. Boom.
Got
David's
it.
awesome. I've met him at a couple LVOs. He's great. He's a great guy. Back on the Legion train as he should have been the whole time. Glad to have him back. He says the wording on clairvoyance got an update, and I'm trying to figure out what is allowed by the new change. Would this mean the following? JR, you're gonna have to break all this down. Clairvoyance occurs at 7B, which is the roll dice step. Underneath roll dice, it appears that the search conversion from the tokens is also included in the re-roll dice step, rather than modify step using language in 7B.3. Therefore, using clairvoyance allows the expenditure of search tokens created by Into the Fray, Reliable, General Kenobi, etc. I presume the language in the card allows 7B.3, but does not allow moving on to 8 with the phrase cannot be further modified. Any clarification would be useful here. Thanks for the help. So he's basically asking where the timing is now with the new clairvoyance.
So I believe now with the new changes for clairvoyance is you convert surges and change, use tokens and everything during the re-roll dice step of clairvoyance because now clairvoyance takes place during the re-roll dice step instead of the modified dice step.
Well, and wouldn't it make sense that like you're technically not modifying your dice? Well, no, I guess you are with a surge token, but like I guess it's not in that step,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first portion asking about the reroll dice says correct clairvoyance is used during the relevant reroll step 7B as mentioned in your post. The unit may complete its relevant convert surges step as normal, including applying keywords which may be eligible or spending tokens. Second section, he says, you, the player who use clairvoyance, cannot modify the attack or defense roll in step 6 or 8. Those steps will occur, and your opponent may modify dice as they may have otherwise.
So yeah, correct. Yeah, which is a
Yep.
good change. Because like my biggest thing was like who could take clairvoyance. I always argue that it would be better on Ahsoka because of her mastery. You can deflect, more shots back, and if you whiff, you can just re-roll it and try to, do some more damage. But when normally how they reword it, you couldn't do it, so that kind of sucks.
Well, and
Right.
doesn't your opponent reroll, or is it just you?
It's just you. So if you're the
Oh,
one using
okay.
clairvoyance, you're re-rolling during either the attack step of the reroll
Yeah, or
or
the
the
defense.
defense. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess.
You're thinking of Recalibration Matrix from MCP where both players reroll the boats.
No, not really. I haven't. I don't. I haven't played that. I don't even have that card.
No, but I'm pretty sure it's been played against you. Everybody
No,
brings recal.
I've only played like one game maybe that had somebody do that.
Yeah, it's way better than MCP. But regardless, moving on. Orbital strike and withdrawal. This is by A Brown. He says, can unit withdraw from combat and then perform the orbital strike attack from the 2-pip generic CIS card? Can you withdraw and then go bang?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Yes. Yes. It's a card
No.
action.
No?
What?
You're lying, huh?
I swear to God, it caught me off guard
Oh,
too. I've been guilty
interesting.
of this. I've done this.
Interesting.
A unit cannot make a standby action or an attack, and he underlines it, and withdraw during the same activation. Seth says, no, a unit cannot perform an attack in the same activation as it withdraws. The card gives you the ability to use that attack.
Yeah, but at the end of the activation.
It's still an attack.
But it's at
The
the end.
word, yeah,
Yeah.
but the words with withdraw is standby action or an attack, not attack action, just an attack. So it's still an
But
attack.
it's at the end. The end
I'm
means
just
not your activation no more.
I'm just telling you what he said. He said no.
But I mean,
And
I
it's on
guess like
and it's on the AMG forums, JR, so you cannot dispute this.
I could dispute what I want, sir.
I think what it's saying is like when you withdraw, you can't do any attack action for the
It's
whole
Yeah.
it's
activation.
I honestly I think of it like magic. Like there's an end phase. Technically that's still your turn, even though it's the end, right? So in the end, activation is technically the activation's turn, but it's at the end, which it makes sense.
Yeah.
And the
It's
and the
it's
fi-
weird, but yeah.
and the final one, Battle Shield Wookiee in a transport. This is by Dustin Echoes. He says if a Wookiee unit is on the defensive side of the battle shield and is selected as a transport unit round one, how does the Wookiee unit deploy from a transport unit since the speed one move from the transport and the battle shield reduces the Wookiee speed by one?
Mm.
They don't move?
Yeah, I think they don't move too because I think they only changed the wording on the battle force, not on other units that give you a speed one. So I'm gonna say no with John.
So I was gonna say, isn't it the same? Like if a speed one user gets immobilized, they just don't move.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. It's
So
just
yeah, I'm gonna say they don't move. They don't. They can be plopped, but they can't be speed one.
Okay. Seth says, as stated in transport keyword entry, a unit can make this move regardless of its speed. In
ooh,
your example, the Wookiee warriors may still perform the speed 1 move to deploy, even if a card effect such as the Battleship Wookiee would reduce its speed to 0
nice.
otherwise.
I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That is
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah, I had no clue that that was a thing.
Hell yeah.
And that is it for rules questions, guys. I thought those were all very cool.
Yeah, I did. Got me with some of those. Pretty awesome. So, well, boys, I've kept you guys here long enough. Jose, thank you for getting the rule questions. John, thank you for joining us. And Dallin, I know you left early, but thank you for coming on. Appreciate you guys showing up. And those who are still watching, we appreciate you listening and supporting us. Any last words, Jose?
I can't wait for Dallin to go to LVO, make top cut, and play nothing but close the pocket. 7 games of close the
Close the
pocket.
pocket. He literally bans into it like I'm getting it, dang it. I'm gonna get
Yeah, I
it.
winner of LVO did nothing but play close the pocket.
Yeah.
He's
Any
a
last
close the pocket guru.
any last words, John?
Nope.
All right, boys. Well, thank you guys again, and thank you, audience, for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Later.